Welcome mates, I'm Bloodthirsty Lord, Banko Lordy, and we're back once again for another Predator related video, and this is based on a new movie that will be coming out for the Predator franchise. Yes, it's happening, and I didn't expect it to happen anytime soon, but we're getting some information based on it being the 5th Predator movie in development and in the works. Hoping to get released soon. I'm not too sure when. We'll find out as we go. I'll highlight all the details that we know about right now and everything that we know about the Predator 5th movie. But before we do get into this video, there's only a small percentage of mates that watch videos that aren't actually subscribed. Leave a like to show your support. Click that subscribe button to keep up to date. Press that join button to become a member of the channel. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. There should also be some gameplay in the background from Predator Hunting Grounds. We play the game so much and many of the mates from the channel know us from there, and hopefully some new mates are coming to watch this video as well, highlighting Predator 5 in all its glory, that everything we know about right now and all the details that we know about it. So let's talk about it. So obviously 20th Century Fox sold off all their assets to Disney, and they obviously acquired everything through acquisition, being those type of franchises they wanted from X-Men and also the Predator and Aliens franchise as well. And we thought Predator movies won't be coming out anytime soon, most likely around 2024. We thought a movie would come out, or 2025 for Aliens, something like that. But we never thought any movie would be in the works anytime soon from that initial purchase date from 20th Century Fox to Disney. We didn't think anything was going to happen. But we've got some recent news highlighting that Predator 5 movie is in development and have some good directors and also some good writers for this as well. And they also have the 10th Cloverfield Lane director as the person directing this new Predator movie, being the 5th installment into the franchise. And that director's name is called Dan Trachtenberg. I'm hopefully saying that correctly. And he's also worked on the episode The Boys from Amazon in their pilot episode, so that's cool to know. Alongside his prior work to the 10th Cloverfield Lane, which highlights a very intense, tension-building sci-fi movie back in 2016, so that's crazy to know. And obviously that coming back, I've watched it myself. That's a great movie, and I'm glad to see that this type of director is going to be placed into the Predator franchise and control that. Because Shane Black with his latest installment in 2018, The Predator, that is... I don't know, man. I was so hyped to watch it, but then when you actually watch it, your hopes go everywhere for that film, and it just scattered too much, and then you can't really follow up that as a movie or within a trilogy as it was supposed to be intended, because you end up having Predators with all these Iron Man suits or people using Iron Man suit Predator editions. It was just so weird. I don't know about that. And also the issue that becomes apparent, what is the timeline going to look like for this movie? Is it going to be back in present time, because all the other Predator installments have been based on their present time of when they got released? Or will it be back in the past? What will happen or will be in the future? And we're getting a lot of information highlighting that the movie will be back in the past. So that's been kind of cool to see Predators not in the present time, but back in a different time, a different era, back in the past. And I feel like that's really good to see. And also, this movie has been in the works for at least 4 years. No development actually when it comes to production phases. So there's no production that has started on this movie, I believe. But when it comes to the actual work of it and what the movie could be through script and also through the ideas expressed through the movie, this has been in works for at least 4 years, and there's no release date for the movie as well, just keep that in mind. But they've also highlighted this before. In 20th Century Fox, there was a movie called Skulls, and that was to highlight the new Predator movie, the 5th installment in some time way. That's what many people are saying, because it had the same director from the 10th Cloverfield Lane, and also the same writer for that which will be placed onto the new Predator movie, Patrick Aison. And also some of that narrative or some of the script that was behind that movie for Skulls will follow a Comanche woman who goes against gender norms and traditions to become a warrior. And this seems to be a very gender status type of movie, which I feel like many people will hate, but maybe this will turn out to be very good for a Predator movie since it's based on a different time period, back in the past, as we discussed prior, and that will be very good to see. A movie that isn't based on the present, so it's not limited to those type of aspects, but also based in the past. And this could be kind of interesting, because obviously in Predator Hunting Grounds we had the Viking Predator. Imagine a movie based on Vikings with the Predators and they go clash against each other. It is so cool. And now we can see Comanche warriors and also a woman warrior go against a Predator, possibly. That's what's going to end up happening most likely, and I can't wait to see that. But that's a very interesting aspect, a very good timeline to have when there's a lot of territory fights, wars occurring, and then just Predators appearing out of nowhere and hopefully causing some more chaotic experiences in that timeline. It'd be kind of cool to see how maybe Predators maybe control the timeline. I don't know if that's a thing. They can intervene at certain points, because if this is going to just be based in the past, or they're going to teleport back to the past, what is going on? I can't wait to see, but most likely it'll just be based on the past. I think that's just an easier way so the timelines don't get crazy, because you'll end up having something like X-Men when it just goes everywhere and no one knows what the real timeline is. It takes a while to actually understand it. So hopefully that doesn't actually happen here. I'm hoping not. Some early predictions, if I can do so, and I think there's a possibility that we will get a woman Prancer the same way we got a female Prancer in Prancer Underground. I feel like they may tease that off in a Prancer movie, or the possibility that one of those Comanche female warriors becomes a warrior within the Prancer clan. That'd be kind of cool to see. We've seen that happen in AVP, but not technically, but she got honored by the Prancers in AVP, the first installment. So that'd be kind of cool to see something like that occur again within the movies, because that was something cool to see when you get to see human interact with the Prancer and work together for survival against the alien swarm. It's something cool to see, and I can't wait to see something like that maybe in the future again. Overall, I'm very excited for this movie whenever it's going to come out. I'm hoping it comes out within at least 2 to 3 years. Hopefully, that's maybe the best time for a movie to come out for Prancer, I think. So there isn't too much of a gap from the last movie, but also we can discontinue what that movie was and move on to a new stage of Prancer films, because it's done by Disney. And I feel like Disney will have the chance to revitalize and rejuvenate what this series is, what this franchise is, and make it so much more better. I feel like that's a great possibility. And we may have actual trilogies and proper trilogies without Iron Man suits for the Prancers or for the enemies, when they can use that for the, I don't know, man, like, just get away from that. Let's move on to something better that has more clarity, and instead highlight the intense tension that actually occurs between the Prancers and their victims in the first movie from Prancer 1987. Have that same feeling happen once again in a different version of Prancer, and maybe something that highlights more of the Prancer homeworld, more of the Prancer universe in all its glory, because I know the comics, Dark Horse, highlight it a lot more, but we don't get to see that too much on the big screen. So hopefully one day we get to see that, and I'm hoping that this movie could be it, or this could lead up to those type of movies occurring from Disney. And I'll be greatly appreciating that from Disney. They do release movies like this for the Prancer franchise, and hopefully for the Alien franchise as well, and possibly Alien vs. Prancer may come back again. Possibly. But that is everything that we do know about the next Prancer movie, being Prancer 5, or the 5th installment in the Prancer franchise. And I'm super excited overall to hear about this movie coming out, and honestly, being such a huge Prancer fan, and hearing about this makes me over the moon. Let's hope for it to be the best movie yet from the Prancer franchise, because I hope so. Or at least a very close second to the Prancer 1987, that's for sure. But mates, tell me your opinions and thoughts in the comment section down below, I'd love to know. And as always, it is a pleasure to have you guys on the channel as we go through this, and I'll catch you mates next time. Bye.